Buenos and half a day. This Committee on Rules meeting is now called to order. For the record, today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2019, and the time is now 2:09 p.m. Our core staff, Ms. Janine Cordero, will now call the roll of members.
Chairperson Régine Biscoe.
Buenos, Gaigiat.
Legislative Secretary Amanda L. Shelton. Speaker Tina Rose Munya-Barnes.
Gaigiat.
Vice Speaker Talina Cruz Nelson. Senator Kelly Marsh Titano.
Estequitu.
Senator Sabina Flores Perez.
Here.
Senator Clinton E. Rigel. Senator Joe S. San Augustine. Senator Jose Pito Terlahi. Senator Therese M. Terlahi. Senator James C. Moylan. Senator Mary Camacho Torres. Chairperson Lee, you do have a quorum.
Sidus Maasi, does the chair hear a motion to excuse members not present?
So moved.
Moved by the Speaker and seconded by Senator Joe San Augustine. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. And we'll now move to the ratification of our core meeting minutes. So I'll give you all a few moments to review the minutes from July 3rd, 2009.
Madam Chair, motion to ratify the minutes of the Committee on Rules meeting minutes dated July 3rd, subject to any administrative corrections.
There's been a motion by Senator San Augustine.
Second.
Seconded by Senator Kelly Marsh Titano. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, so moved. Moving on to core business and document tracking. The first item of core business is an update on document tracking, and as Legislative Secretary, I will provide, Acting Legislative Secretary, I'll provide the report. So the Legislative Secretary reports to date are as follows. There have been 146 appointments submitted by our Governor Lou Leon Guerrero to date. They were 11 appointees confirmed during our February session, 8 confirmed in March, 25 confirmed in April, 21 confirmed in May, 11 confirmed in July, and 21 confirmed during the August session, totaling 97 appointees confirmed so far. Of the remaining 49 appointments, some have been withdrawn and some are pending confirmation. No pending appointments, however, have extended beyond the authorized 90-day term limit. In terms of zone changes, there are 3 zone change requests at this time. And we have also received 10 proposed rules and regulations. 5 of the 10 have had their public hearings, and all of the committee chairs have been notified about the timelines for both the zone changes and the rules and regs. Sidus Masi. The next item of business is the ratification of referrals. The referrals of bills, resolutions, and appointments are indicated on each page of the corresponding logs. And so I'll just ask for a motion to ratify the referral of bills.
So moved.
Chair.
Moved by the Speaker and seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection?
Madam Chair, on the referral of bills, I don't object, but there's a bill, I just wanted to inquire, Bill 173, we've inquired as to your office. It was introduced on June 26, but it hasn't had a referral. I just wanted to know if there's an issue with that.
Bill, what number?
173? The other bills we introduced at the same time all had public hearings already.
What was it referred to?
It's relative to creating an assessment for criminal sexual conduct So on the chart, it doesn't show a referral either.
Senator, I'm unaware of the specific status of this bill. I've been apprised that we have received several bills from OFB, and so it could be in that stack of bills that we're currently reviewing.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Motion to ratify the referrals of bills have been made by the Speaker and seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection? Hearing none, so moved. Is there a motion to ratify the referrals of resolutions?
So moved.
Moved by the Speaker, seconded by Senator Moylan. Any objection?
No objection.
And next, is there a motion to ratify the referrals of executive appointments?
So moved.
Moved by Senator San Augustine. Do I hear a second? Second. Seconded by Senator Pito Terlahi. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. We'll now move to the consideration of items eligible for placement on the session agenda. Since our July meeting, committee reports for the following items have been duly filed. Bill number 34 as amended by Senator Rigel. Bill number 69 as amended, Senator Sabina Flores-Paris. Bill number 76 as amended, Joe S. San Augustine. Bill 81 as amended, Senator Paris. Bill 86 as amended, Speaker Tina Rose Bunya-Barnes. Bill 91, Senator Biscoe Lee. 93, Speaker Barnes. 104 as introduced by Senator Moylan. Bill 136, Senator Joe S. San Augustine. Bill 149 as amended by Senator Rigel. 169 as amended by Senator Paris. Thank you. Bill 181 as introduced by the Speaker. Bill 198 as introduced by Senator Paris. And Resolution 164 as introduced by Vice Speaker Nelson. Committee reports for the following executive appointments have been duly filed with the Committee on Rules. Beatrix Nahalawa as a member of the KGTS PBS Board of Trustees. Patricia L. Kreis, member of CAHA. Michael Robigo, member of the Department of Parks and Recreation Board of Commissioners. Darren Stinnett, member, Parks and Recreation Board of Commissioners. Gabriel Hugo, member, Guam Housing Corporation Board of Directors. Ms. Arlene P. Perdalio, member, Chamorro Land Trust Commission. And Dr. Annette David, member of the Guam Board of Medical Examiners. We'll now accept motions to place items on the agenda. We'd like to start with bills first. Speaker, you're recognized.
Sizuos Masi, Madam Chair. My first bill will be Bill number 86S35 COR, as introduced by myself, an act to add Section 61541F and a new Section 61547, both of Article 5, Chapter 61, Title 21 of the Guam Code annotated, and it's relative to the exterior on-premise signage in H resort zones and defining a digital signage.
There's been a motion to move Bill 86 as amended by the Speaker and seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection?
No objection.
There's been an objection. All those in favor of placing Bill 86 as amended on the session agenda, please indicate by raising your hand.
Motion carried.
Motion carries. Speaker, you're recognized.
Yes, Madam Chair, if I may, Bill number 93-35 COR, an act relative to the rezoning Lot 1107-1-3 new located in the municipality of Mangilao from single-family dwelling R1 to commercial C for the purposes of establishing a medical clinic facility.
Bill number 93 as introduced, or I'm sorry, as amended.
As amended, I'm sorry.
There's been a motion to place Bill 93 as amended by the Speaker, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Speaker?
Madam Chair, if I may, I've got a couple of bills that I want to place on the agenda for you. And the first one will be Bill 128-35LS, and this is as amended by the Committee on Federal and Foreign Affairs, Telecommunications, Technology, and Labor, as introduced by yourself, Senator Shelton, Senator Torres, and Senator Castro. It is an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 10, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, relatives to supporting the administration on the Guam Registered Apprenticeship Program and extending the tax credit sunset provision of said program for an additional period of 5 years.
Mrs. Osmasi, Madam Speaker, I just want to note that that bill did not, while it did not meet the 2 p.m. deadline for September 18th.
But, Madam Chair, if I may, the report is already submitted, and if I am not mistaken, it's good to go.
It's duly filed by the
Yes,
Committee on Rules.
Yes, so if I can ask my colleagues for consideration on that bill?
Is it
Bill
online?
128,
It's online.
as amended, has
As
been moved
amended.
by the Speaker, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection?
No objection.
They're saying it's online?
It's filed by the Committee on Rules, I'll repeat. It has been filed by the Committee on Rules, it just did not meet the core deadline.
Yeah.
Sorry,
objection.
it's been moved and seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection to Bill 128?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. Madam Speaker.
I got one more, Madam Chair, if I may, on your behalf. Bill number 155-35 COR, as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing, as introduced by yourself, Senator Luis Muñoz, Senator Nelson, Senator Shelton, and Senator Joe San Augustine. And this is an act to establish a pilot program for youth mental health first aid training for Guam Department of Education and Guam Academy Charter Schools personnel, and to amend Section 5 of Part 3, Chapter 3, Public Law 35-36, to be known as the Youth Mental Health First Aid Act of 2019.
Madam Speaker, the same issue with this one. It did not meet the core deadline, but it has been duly filed by the Committee
Yes,
on
Madam
Rules.
Chair. I
By
note that for the record.
the committee.
Madam Chair,
It's been moved by
that's-
the Speaker and seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection?
It's not online, Madam Chair.
Yes, it's on this listing for bills that have been received by the Committee on Rules, not by the deadline, but have been duly filed since the deadline.
Right, but I'm just saying it's not online. So we can't review it. No one can review the amended version.
Bill 155 should be online.
It's online. On that motion,
Not able to find it before we came here?
Madam Chair,
One
she
second.
should check.
I just don't want us to debate if it's online or not. If CORE will report that it's online, so be it, it's online. Session's not until next week. If it's not there by Monday, on the beginning of session, then we need to exit out, just take it off. I think
The only
that-
reason,
that'd be
Madam
a
Chair, I'm
safe way to
asking
say
whether
that.
it's online is because we don't have physical copies in front of us. So that's just a matter of whether we're going to approve an amended version to get on the floor. We should be able to see what the amended version looks like. And the only way to do it without physical copies is to see it online. So that's
Mrs.
just a matter of
Masi,
transparency.
Senator
That's what
Terlahi, is that an
followed.
objection to the motion to place
Well,
Bill
I-
155?
I just want to get clarification whether it's online. If it's online, I don't object.
It's my understanding that it's been approved, but it's been filed by the Committee on Rules. So again, Senator Chalahi, is that an objection to place?
Can they, well,
Is it an objection to place?
if it's online, Madam Chair. Yes? All right.
It's been reported that
Bill
it's online.
155 has been moved by our speaker, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries.
Yeah.
Madam Speaker.
You want me to put the resolution for Senator Nelson? That's the form. Madam Chair, thank you very much. On one email? Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Sorry,
Madam
Senator San Augustine, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, I'd like to motion to put Bill 76-35 COR as amended by the Committee on Health, Tourism, Historic Preservation, Land and Justice, authored by myself, an act to allow the transfer of 1.5 acres from the Chamorro Trust Commission Lot number 5412-R11 to correct the property boundary of University of Guam Lot number 2517-17 to ensure that all university-owned structures are located within the boundaries of University of Guam.
That's Bill number 76 as amended, moved by Senator San Augustine. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Moylan. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator?
Madam Chair, as we have spoken on the last session, I'd like to move that Bill 104-35 COR, introduced by Senator James Moylan, co-sponsored Senator Amanda Shelton, Speaker Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, Senator Will Castro, Senator Talina Nelson, Senator Jose Pito Terlay, Senator Luis B. Muñoz, an act to amend Section 58104Q and Section 58105, 58116, 58117A, and Section 58128.3 of Chapter 58, Title 12, Guam Code Annotated, and to add Article 8 to Chapter 26, Title 11, Guam Code Annotated, relative to those U.S. corporations repatriating at least $5 million of their deferred foreign income to Guam, the repatriation tax, to create a repatriate profit fund, its guidelines, and to establish a third-party agents industry for Guam.
Senator San Augustine, can you just indicate that's Bill 104 as introduced?
That's correct. Bill 104-35 COR as introduced.
As introduced, moved by Senator San Augustine. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Moylan. Any objection? There's been an objection. All those in favor of moving Bill 104 onto the session agenda, please indicate by raising your hand. Motion fails. Senator San Augustine.
Madam Chair, Bill number 136-35 COR, introduced by myself, co-sponsored by yourself, Senator Lee, Senator Pito Terlay, Senator Clint Rigel, Senator Kelly Mars Taitano, Senator Talina Cruz Nelson, Senator Speaker Tina Rose Munoz-Barnes, Senator Sabina Perez, Senator Therese Terlay, Senator Amanda Shelton, an act to amend Section 3105 of Article 1, Chapter 3, Title 22, Guam Code Annotated, relative to responsible raising the minimum wage.
Bill 136, as introduced, has been moved by Senator San Augustine and seconded by Speaker Munoz-Barnes. Any objection to placement of Bill 136? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator San Augustine.
Madam Chair, I have for appointments. Is it appropriate to introduce for appointments
So
also?
we'll move on bills first, and then
Okay.
we can come back
Then I have
around
no-
for
I have
appointments.
nothing further, ma'am.
Sudos Maasi. Senator Perez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill 198-35 as an act to adopt the rules and regulations for the Guam EPA Recycling Revolving Fund, to put it on a session agenda.
As introduced?
As introduced.
As introduced. That's Bill 198, moved by Senator Perez, seconded by Senator Kelly Marsh Taitano. Any objection to the placement of Bill 198 as introduced? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Perez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill 81-35 COR as amended by the committee. It's an act to add a new section 5008.4 to Chapter 5, Title 5, Guam Code Annotated, a new Chapter 56, Division 11 to Title 22, Guam Administrative Rules and Regulations. It's relative to mandating, to the maximum extent practicable, the purchase of energy-efficient products by GovGuam.
What number,
Bill 81-35.
Bill 81, as amended, has been moved by Senator Perez and seconded by Senator Kelly Marsh Taitano. Any objection to the placement of Bill 81 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Perez.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill number 169-35 COR as amended by the committee. It's an act to add a new section 104.115.1 to Article 1, Chapter 104, Title 21, Guam Code Annotated, relative to public awareness of radon risks and the reporting of radon results upon the sale of real property.
Bill 169 as amendment has been moved by Senator Perez. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Régine. Any objection to the placement of Bill 169 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Perez.
That'll be all. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, any other member? Senator Régine.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move to place Bill 149-35 COR as amended by the Committee on Economic Development, Agriculture, Maritime Transportation, Power and Energy Utilities, and Emergency Response, an act to amend Section 4A of Public Law 3470 relative to financing or refinancing improvements and capital improvements relating to the Jose D. Leon Guerrero Commercial Port and other related facilities and operations of the port through revenue bond proceeds onto the session agenda.
Senator Régine has moved to, or has made a motion to place 149 as amended. Do I hear a second? Seconded by the Speaker. Any objection to the placement of Bill 149 as amended? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Régine? Nothing further. Any other member wish to be heard? Sure. Senator Terlahi, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move Resolution 94. This is in regards to support of the Guam Legislature for RECA, for the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. It's online, it's not on our list, but it's been submitted to Committee on Rules and it's been put online. This was a resolution that was sponsored by all members.
It's resolution
194.
number 94,
I mean, 94.
just 94-34 COR. And this, 94-35, this resolution was filed after the 9/18, 2 p.m. deadline, but it is duly filed by the Committee on Rules. There's been a motion to place resolution number 94 as introduced. Senator Terlahi?
As introduced. Thank you.
Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Régine. Any objection to the placement of resolution number 94-35 as introduced? Hearing none, motion carries.
94
Yeah, it's a resolution. Senator.
I think I've been submitted another bill, but it's not online yet, Bill 187, just to give a heads up. I'll see if that's ready during session. That is to enact rules and regulations for the health boards for their ethics, their code of conduct for ethics. It's not online, just for FYI. Thank you, Madam Chair.
I got one more bill. I'm sorry.
Senator Moylan, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just for FYI, Bill 7135 regarding an act to amend subsection 5101, subsection 5105, 5107, 5109, 5112A and 3, and 5114 to add subsection 5119 to all chapters of the Title 16 Guam Code Annotated relative to the size, weight, and load limitations and restrictions of certain vehicles. Committee reports are being worked on at this time, but hoping by session time we can introduce.
Is the bill number?
Oh, sorry, 71-35, 71,
Bill 70.
71.
So we'll
Thank you,
note
Madam
that
Chair.
you will attempt to move Bill 135.
Sorry, 7135, 71.
Oh, 71-35, I
Yes.
apologize.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Anything further? Senator Moylan? No? Okay. Senator San Augustine on nominations?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to move the appointment of Gabriel A. Hugo, member of the Guam Housing Corporation Board of Directors, to the agenda.
Do I hear a second? Seconded by the speaker. Any objection to the movement of Gabe Hugo for Guam Housing Corporation Board of Directors? Hearing none, motion carries.
Madam Chair, we have two additional appointments, but they just received it. They have it. They just haven't, I guess, put it online. But I'll just mention their name, and if need be, I can wait until session, but I just want to make sure that due notice is given. It's for former Senator Frank Suzaki from the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority, and also for Doreen Crisosmo for Guam Housing.
Situos Masi, Senator San Augustine, I do want to note for the record that both former Senator Frank Ishizaki for GURA and Doreen Crisostomo have been received by the Committee on Rules. It just didn't meet our core deadline. So once we get them up online, you can move that on the floor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Any other member wish to be heard on appointments? Senator Kelly Marsh Taichuno.
Situos Masi, Madam Chair. I move to place Beatrice Eliana O. Nahalawa, member Guam Education Telecommunications Corporation, otherwise known as KGTF PBS Board of Trustees, onto the agenda.
There's been a motion to place Beatrix Nahalawa by Senator Kelly Marsh Taichuno, seconded by Senator Sabina Paris. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Marsh?
Sainamaasi. I also move to place Patricia L. Kreis, member Guam Council of Arts and Humanities, onto the agenda as a board member.
Also seconded by Senator Sabina Paris. Any objection to the placement of Patricia L. Kreis for CAHA? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator?
I want to place, I move to place Michael S. Rabago, member, Department of Parks and Recreation Board of Commissioners, onto the agenda.
There's been a motion to place by Senator Kelly and seconded by our speaker. Any objection to the placement of Michael Rabago for Department of Parks and Rec? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Kelly.
I move to place Darren J. Stinnett, member, Department of Parks and Recreation Board of Commissioners, onto the agenda.
There's been a motion to place by Senator Kelly Marsh Taichuno, seconded by Jose Piro Terlahi. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Kelly?
Sainamaasi. I also would like to just duly note we are working to get other confirmation hearing reports on filed, and so I understand that they would have to wait until they're online and duly filed, but just to give people a heads up, we are working on the confirmation hearing of Donald H. Rubenstein to serve as a member of the COSAS Board of Advisors for the museum, Donovan L. Brooks, Rosemary A. Clement, Maximo P. Ronquillo, and Vicente J. Regis.
So just Masi, Senator, it's my understanding that both the appointments for Max Ronquillo and Vince Regis have been received by the Committee on Rules and are duly filed. They were received after our deadline, and then the remaining three, I'll have to get back to you on those. They might still be processing. Okay. Thank you, Senator Terlahi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I'd like to move the nomination of Arlene P. Pedralio as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission on the session agenda.
It's been moved by Senator Terlahi, seconded by Speaker Barnes. Any objection to the placement of Arlene P. Berdalio as a member of the Chamorro Land Trust Commission? No objection. Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Terlahi.
Thank you. I'd like to also place the nomination of Dr. Annette M. David, member for the Guam Board of Medical Examiners, on the session agenda.
There's been a motion by Senator Terlahi and seconded by Senator Paris for Dr. David as a member of the Guam Board of Medical Examiners. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator?
I'd like to make a motion for Senator Nelson, who's not here today. She'd ask that we make a motion to place resolution number 164 on the session agenda.
There's been a motion to place resolution number 164 by Senator Terlahi. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Clint Rogel. Any objection to the placement of resolution number 164?
I think it's as introduced. As introduced, yes.
Resolution 164 as introduced. There's been a motion by Senator Terlahi, seconded by Senator Rogel. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Terlahi. Any other member wish to be heard? Senator San Augustine.
Madam Chair, being that we've exhausted the list, I motion to adjourn this meeting.
Sorry, may I? Madam Chair, if I can just reconfirm on Bill for Senator Taitagui, on Bill 5 and Bill 56, that those were both sent back to committee?
Yes, it's my understanding that Bill number 5, as amended by the Committee on General Government Operations, Appropriations, and Housing, was submitted after our core deadline. The status is that it's pending core review or pending committee revision. So it has been submitted, but it was turned back to committee for some...
And it has been returned with the corrections made.
Okay.
Yes, so we're just waiting for it to clear.
For the record, if it does
This is
clear-
Bill 5-35 as amended.
Yes. So if in time for then the hearing, then we can, and we'll, just for FY, to be introduced on the floor then. That's 5 and 56, likewise?
And what's 56?
56.
So just as an update, Bill 56 has been returned to the committee and they're working on revision, so they should get it back to us. Also, I apologize, Senator San Augustine, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and move the two appointments. Yes.
Yes, if I can move then, I've just been advised that it is now online on Mr. Frank Zizaki for the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority for his appointment, and if I can move that one first to be added.
Sure, there's been a motion to place Senator Frank Ishizaki as a member of the Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority Board of Commissioners by Senator Joe San Augustine. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Terlahi, Peter Terlahi. Any objection?
No, it's Frank Zizaki for board.
Hearing none, motion carries. Senator San Augustine.
Ma'am, also Doreen Chrysostomou to the Guam Housing Authority. Member of the Guam Housing.
Seconded by Speaker Munya Barnes, is the placement of Doreen T. Chrysostomou, PhD, as a member of the Guam Housing Corporation Board of Directors. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Marsh Taitano, you're recognized.
Saina Mahasi, Madam Chair. I move to place Maximo P. Ronquillo Jr., to serve as a member on the Board of Directors, Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency, onto the agenda.
There's been a motion by Senator Kelly Marsh Taitano to place Max Ronquillo. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Paris. Any objections to the placement of Max P. Ronquillo Jr. as a member of CAHA? Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Kelly.
Saina Mahasi. I also move to place Vincent J. Regis to serve as a member on the Board of Directors, Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency, onto the agenda.
Also seconded by Senator Paris. Any objection to the placement of Vincent J. Regis as a member of the Guam Council of the Arts and Humanities? Hearing none, motion carries. Any other member wish to be heard? Hearing none.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
if there's no other motions, then I motion we adjourn.
Oh, we still need to approve the draft session agenda.
All right.
A draft session agenda has been provided to each of you. I would like just to make a technical correction. Bill 181 was in the second reading file as we proceeded with our last session, so it wasn't moved in the last session and remains in the second reading file. Are there any motions to place bills in the second reading file?
Then, Madam Chair, then the bills that I've asked to be placed on the agenda be placed on the second.
So just going through them, we can do them in one fell swoop. That's Bill number 76 as amended,
That's correct?
Bill number 81 as amended, Bill number 86 as amended, Bill number 93 as amended, Bill number 136 as introduced, Bill number 149 as amended, Bill number 196 as amended.
Or no, 169.
I'm sorry, I apologize, 169 as amended. Bill 198,
Yes.
LS as introduced. Resolution 164,
And 94.
Resolution 94, and Bill 128. As amended, Bill 155 as amended. That's your motion? Senator San
Second.
Augustine?
Yes.
There's been a motion to place these bills in the second reading file, these bills and resolutions in the second reading file by Senator San Augustine. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Moylan. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. We'll also make the motion to place the appointments. The appointments would be Beatrix Nahalawa, Patricia L. Kreis, Michael Robigo, Darren Stinnett, Gabe Hugo, Arlene P. Berdallo, Dr. Annette David, Max Ronquillo, Vincent J. Regis, Senator Frank Ishizaki, and Doreen T. Crisostomo.
That's correct, Madam Chair. That's my motion to place it on.
There's been a motion to place those appointments onto our session agenda, onto the second reading file, made by Senator San Augustine, seconded by Senator Kelly Marsh Taituno. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay. With the placement of these bills and resolutions in the second reading file and the placements of the appointments under the legislative concurrence, is there a motion to adopt the session agenda?
Sorry,
Moved by the Speaker.
Madam Chair, I would like to make the motion to place Bill 98 as priority as far as on the second reading file. Okay. Okay.
So there's been a motion with the placement of the bills. There's been a motion to adopt the session agenda by the Speaker. Do I hear a second? Seconded by Senator Rigel. Any objection?
No objection.
Hearing none, motion carries. Senator Paris.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to place Bill 198 as priority as far as on the second reading file.
There's been a motion to place 198 at the top of our priority listing to be heard first by Senator Sabina Paris, seconded by Senator Kelly Marsh Taituno. Any objection? Hearing none, motion carries. In accordance with the standing rules, the agenda will be published within the next 24 hours. We'll now move to an extension of remarks. The floor is open for further discussion. Any member wish to be heard? There's been a motion to adjourn by the Speaker Tina Barnes, seconded by Senator San Augustine. Any objections? Hearing none, Sidos Maasi for your attendance and participation in today's meeting. The time is now 2:50 p.m. and this Committee on Rules meeting is adjourned.